What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Fun, a podcast where we take fun very seriously, all right? I am here presiding over fun, as always. Dan, your Chuckle King. Please, to any of you out there who actually think that I take anything seriously on the internet, God bless you. And I hope you well in your mental health journey. But I am just Chucko the Clown, all right? I'm your Chuckle King here to go over, to survey the lands of theme parks like we've been doing all month here at Epic Month on Fun. Epic. Before I get too long-winded, with me as always is my Chuckle Wizard. I was reading your bit. That's why I took a moment to see if I needed to.
Did you have a stroke?
If I needed to. No. Listen. I was just reading it and I just ADD. I had an ADD stroke. Yeah. So with me is my Chuckle Wizard, the producer. He's the Leo Bloom.
To your Max Biala style?
Yeah, to my Max Biala style.
Hello, Daniel. It's me, Nathan, for this Marioist of Mario episodes. Are you technically you're wearing red? Am I your Luigi to your Mario?
Well, height-wise, we're backwards, but because Luigi is taller,
That's true.
Luigi is the Goofy of the group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Goofy's tall.
I have a good. I can do a good Luigi from Luigi's Haunted Mansion. The whole Mario. That's I could do that if you need me to be scared. I'm a pretty good Luigi.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess you're my Luigi. You didn't wear green.
Only you can make me the skinnier brother. Thank you.
No green. You wrote this epic bit and you didn't commit.
No, you're just colorblind.
Just for the listeners at home, he's not wearing green. Listen, we've got a special guest. All right, this guy has broke an unofficial Guinness World Record.
It's true. Right? A fun Guinness World Record.
I don't know that anyone is keeping track of it, but he did it first. Okay?
He's the only one.
The OG Tokyo Disneyland and Universal Japan creator, and I just copied that directly from his Instagram header because he's very bold. I didn't say it, he did. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
And he'll be here to defend it. All right. He's got the receipts, long receipts. And visitor to every Nintendo land on Earth. Please welcome Chris, the TDR Explorer. Welcome, Chris. It's so nice to have you.
Hello. Yes, it's fun to be here. I'm excited.
You don't sound confident about how fun it is to be
here. You don't sound excited. You sound like you're lying to me.
I'm scared. I'm terrified right now.
What's your energy? What's your energy, Chris? Are you like a Luigi, a Toad, a Peach? What is your Mario energy?
Toad. There's just a lot of screaming.
Yeah,
there's a lot of screaming that happens.
Well, that's a bold choice and admission early in the podcast. I gotta say, usually we have to break down their walls, but you're just like, no, I'm a screaming short diva. And it's just how I live. I'm a short king, like Toad. It's every time I see that costume character, I am not amazed at how short the person is playing it, But then you visit Epic Universe and you see Circus Anus, and they get short. The characters even get smaller. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they're doing. So, but we're not talking about Epic's Circus Anus. We're here talking about its big green pipe. And how they.
That's the end of the podcast.
That's the end of the podcast. Good night. No, we're talking about Super Nintendo World, Super Nintendo Land. What is it?
Super Nintendo World.
Super Nintendo World. Okay.
But recently they changed the inside name because it's called Super Mario Land and Donkey Kong Country within Super Nintendo World.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense.
It's Inception. That's interesting. Okay.
What I think is most profound, though, about this area as we get started here is that it's definitely doing things, but it's not doing what Sega can do, because Sega does what Nintendo don't. Just so for all you kids remember. So this is great.
Why wasn't that your opening bit? Why wasn't
I
that
don't
your
know.
opening bit?
But I
That
didn't
that
come
would
up
have
with it.
landed so much harder.
I like how you're judging you hate my bits, but then you judge which ones are better. Thank you.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Someone's got to keep tabs. And the viewers at home are keeping score. They're just not saying. All right, let's talk about the entrance to the land, because your Super Nintendo Land, Super Mario Country, Donkey Kong Country, Wild Kingdom, whatever the heck it's called, has a different sort of hole than ours does. And Hollywood's has got a different hole. So you've been in all three Nintendo holes. Let's kind of like roll through
Nintendo holes.
Let's roll through how these Nintendo holes work. In Japan, it's like just a very specific green pipe portal in a wall, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty, I don't want to say boring. It's more classic, I guess. It's
sure. What they were trying to do with the Star
straightforward.
Cruiser, like out front, where it's just like a white building. They're like, we're trying to be classy, baby.
Yeah, something like that.
It's so bizarre how, in hindsight, it does look exactly like a corporate office building, which is exactly what it's become. So yeah, I definitely get it. It's sort of like it's universal, and so their generalized park theming isn't so like as immersive, like Hooked versus like Disney, where everything's got to be like yada yada yada. It could be like, oh yeah, over here's the Nintendo corner, and here's the Nintendo hole. Hop in there, and then it's going to get immersive once you get inside. So, how is it presented in Hollywood?
In a corner. It's kind of in a corner. I'm not even
like
kidding.
half a
It's like a T intersection, and then you turn to the left, and then there's the green pipe.
Oh, I
So
see.
It looks similar to the Japan one in that sense.
I gotcha.
But
yeah,
that's
Universal
pretty much
Hollywood
it.
is very cramped, though. Like everything's cramped there. It's super small. Is the layout, once you're inside the land, the same across all three for the Mario area, or are there major differences between the three since you've been in all three?
Orlando and Japan are pretty much mere copies of each other, except like there are like differences once you start looking at it. But with Hollywood, yeah, it's very different because it's all one floor, whereas the other two are 2 floors. So like, I guess for here at Epic, they had to have an escalator. Like once you go through the portal, you go up an escalator in the pipe. You don't do that in Japan because they have, I guess like where they situate it, it's beside Waterworld and Jaws. So it's kind of like further back. So I guess they kind of had more of an on-ramp. So you're walking to the land, but you don't notice that you're the
Going
incline.
Going up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
kind of-
Soren.
You can kind of see it in this picture here of Dan a little bit. The pipe. It's sort of a epic portal / pipe / escalator.
Yeah. And
At the top of this is like an AMC, right? That's how big escalators are. Every time I go up,
yeah,
they're just AMCs.
It's exactly like an AMC, quite honestly.
Okay. All right,
And
cool.
there's an equal amount of people confusingly walking back to the top of the escalator trying to get out. So, and it's only a one-way escalator. But what's neat is, at least for Epic, is if you take a right at this portal, and it's where the characters came out if you watch the opening ceremony of each of the portals, there's a little like handicap entrance to the side, and it has a small green pipe with all of the sound effects, this sort of like mini experience for accessibility for wheelchair. So it's super cool with themed elevators. Like it's very, very neat, and its own like set of like sound effects and whatnot. So super fun, like way that they considered the entrance to the land, but it is different across all three parks, is what you're saying. Is like they are all very different, but also very the same at the same time.
Yeah, it's like there's no mistaking it's Mario. Like you're not going to get confused. You're not going to think you're going into Dark Universe or Waterworld or anything like that. It's very distinct. You're not going to mess it up.
So if you had to explain the land's gimmick, like what is the main like thing that this land is like offering up, and like what is it giving to guests beyond just rides and food?
I would say like overstimulation with the saturated colors. Like there's a lot of primary colors going on in this land.
Yeah, it's very stimulating. It's very, very
Visually.
stimulating. It's
Yes.
overwhelming at times because there's just stuff moving in every direction. It's very overwhelming to someone with like ADD like myself. But but you're playing. You're not just like visiting the land. You're playing the game. Is kind of what's kind of cool in a way that Batu totally flopped. Mario soars, and it is such a fun engagement with guest interaction and like the app. Can you explain how it works? Because I didn't get a power band or anything like that, but I assume you have all of them. If I had to guess,
I have this one. This is the OG one. I got this in 2020 when I first went.
nice.
Back in the very first time I went. So
How many
I have that
coins
with
do you
me.
have banked?
I don't know. I have a lot.
I would imagine. I bet you have all.
Does the currency change depending on if you get them in Japan and then you come and go to Mario Land in Epic? Is there like a currency difference? Because you
Like,
know,
do you mean,
exchange
like-
rates, you know, for coins. It's crazy.
No, they don't work with each other.
I'm just saying.
This guy wants to come over here and get the exchange rate on his steps on his Tamagotchi Pikachu. You know what I mean? That he's like, yeah, well, I went across state lines, so I should be easily getting a couple more steps per step.
Per step.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, basically, you're playing a video game in real life is essentially what's going on. And yeah, I know like a lot of people complain that you have to pay extra for this thing, but
Of course you do. You have to pay extra for
Like-
the wand?
like they're not going to give this out for free. Like you
No.
just can't do that.
No
It's
way.
It's not going to work.
That
But-
said, I wish that there was like they clearly have the capacity for resort stays tied to Epic Vacations. You could be tagging those on and mailing them like you do with Magic Bands. Like it's an easy secret upcharge to put in the price of a room that's already a premium room price. So I get it, but at the same time, if you're just buying a ticket to get into Disney, you were never just going to be given a Magic Band. Like you always had to buy one for $20 or stay at the resort and get one. Like it wasn't like you get a Magic Band for free, come to Disney kind of thing. So
The technology in the band is theoretically it could be done via phone, right? It's the same. Is it just RFD technology, or I mean, it's
think
just
so.
tapping.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
I think it's
theoretically,
just like
It's a
half the fun, right? Half
proximity
the fun is
sensor.
oh sure,
getting something like this.
Well,
on-
it's not about doing it with your phone. It's about interacting with the land like Mario does. Mario punches
Right.
stuff. You get
that's
to punch stuff.
That's an excellent point, because the moment you put a phone in there,
I
it
hate
doesn't
that
work.
Just Dance game because they've gotten rid of like any other mode of playing it other than dancing with your phone in your hand. Like the last thing I want to be doing while I'm doing the Macarena or something, you know what I mean, is holding my freaking phone. So it all sucks if you ask me. But well, you know how we've abandoned like physical things like the Magic. This like I can't believe we've gotten rid of Magic Bands. Well, we didn't really, but
We did.
Anyway, it's all stupid. It's all stupid. So how many of them do you have though, Chris? Be honest. And do they all have coins separately stored, or do you share the coins with all your Magic Bands?
So, well, when you buy a Magic Band, this is like the team that you're on. So,
God, I bet the team
So
hates
this
that we're
is
calling
Team
them
Toad.
Magic Bands. I bet that they're furious.
Power
Don't
Up Bands.
call them
Power Up
Magic Bands. Ministry of Magic isn't Tower of Terror. Good God.
But
That's
yeah,
a good clip right there, Nathan. Just mark that.
That was a good clip.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, can we talk I didn't get the answer though. Coins separate, stored, shared?
separate, and it's for every team. So like when you go, and if I play that day, everyone else on Team Toad, all our coins are collectively put on a scoreboard. So it's like, oh, Team
genius.
Toad has, is number one today because they
Genius.
collected 30,000 coins, whereas Team Mario did 29,000.
Oh my God.
stuff
You
like
know
that.
what I would die to have, guys? Is the data that Disney definitely has on color preference versus ride preference. They have that data.
Oh, yeah.
They know
Of Magic
they
Band color?
know what color Magic Band wearers prefer what rides, and they are sleeping on this iconic piece of 23andMe. Like you can get yourself decoded.
That's new 23andMe.
Yeah, this is the new 23andMe. You don't need to spit in anything to get this info. All right. 23 Epcot and me. And so like it is we got that data. We're just sitting on it. Let's get that. Let's get that going. Also, we have the data of what lunatic. Like, I want to know what ride Toad goes on the most at Epic Universe. You know what I mean? Or at Hollywood. I want to know where the Toads congregate. I want to see a heat map of Toads, of Donkey Kongs. I want to see. I also want to see a color heat map of like of Magic Kingdom and. Yeah. Also, but slippery slope, because if you own a Haunted Mansion, Magic Band, and you're not riding the ride, Disney police, they'll exile you. They'll deport you. They won't let you come back. So you got to live up to what you're wearing. You know what I mean? There you go. That's another good clip. Just two back to back. Knocked him out.
Killing it this episode.
Okay.
So
Rides. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Give me an out of 10. Christopher, rank it.
6.
6 out of 10. You know
six,
what?
All of them 6? Or is there? I mean, I assume there's
Mario.
no massive difference.
They're all the same.
They're all
Their rides are all the
exactly
same.
the same.
Yeah, they're all exactly the same. I completely agree. This would benefit so much for the if they got rid of the AR goggles and just had screens a la Minion Villains.
You look so good in them. You look so good in this picture, Dan.
You look so great. I
Rob.
look like an Amish settler on Rumspringa.
You suddenly for some reason have weird bangs because of this.
Yeah. So,
may I ask something about the headset? Not necessarily a problem anymore since I've done the buzz cut. But do we get do you get headset hair from these?
Of course you do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Even worse.
It looks like you've been wearing a CPAP all night after you take this thing off. You know what I mean? Like your face is real mangled. I
mean, they're basically the same thing because we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Snore this ride, I think.
What is it that you think makes it a 6? What do you think we could do to make it a 7? And let's explain the ride to those at home who have not. Everyone knows what it is, but give us like a 10-word summary, Chris, of what it is. You've got the website. I know you've written it.
I wrote the book on it.
You did, truly.
You are racing in Mario Kart and collecting coins and trying to beat the other team in a slow-moving cart.
Sounds fun.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a slam dunk from Universal Creative with this.
Swoosh, no net, no rim, all net. I don't know what it is. I don't watch basketball.
No.
But it was good. Yeah, it's interesting to me. The queue is mesmerizing. It was like, you're like a Nintendo gooner walking through that thing, man. It is.
Stop saying gooner on this podcast. Stop saying it.
It's become an adjective for just a being.
No,
obsessed.
it's not.
You know how like on Reddit, you go to like Earth porn and it's like pictures of glaciers and stuff. It's that kind of thing. This is Nintendo gooning going on Mario Kart.
Stop.
It's insane. I'm obsessed with it. The whole conceit is that like. You're in the factory that makes like the dangers and like the mystery bubbles. And
the
stuff.
Acme, as it were.
The Acme of Nintendo, and that's so much fun. But the ride sucks, man. It's like you're looking through like grandma's version of Apple Vision Pro. It's like Ben Franklin bifocals. It just sucks, man. I just don't like it. I love it. I just don't want to wear Can you not wear the thing? Do they yell at you if you don't put it on? You just get on.
I've never tried because you miss half the ride anyway if you don't have it on.
You miss half the ride with it on. I mean,
There's
truly, you do. There's a lot going on. Yeah. And I'm not, and it's worse to me than the Spider-Man karate chopping, which I despise. Like this is, but it's whatever. I'm not a kid, I guess. So whatever. It's.
I hate to already be like this about a ride, but. This ride has been open technically for years.
I know.
So in that sense, I think there's no like new
it'll never
bias
change,
for this thing. I don't know if this ride's going to last. That's a lot of space, and it's wonky technology, and I don't think it's kind of a lukewarm reception.
Nah, man, people. people eat it up. We're just hypercritical because we're in the space, but outside the bubble, people are like, "Whoa, cool! I saw a shell.
True.
Neat."
I guess if we look at it from a perspective of a 5-year-old child, it's going to be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like if I was on that when I was 5 years old,
my
mind would have been blown.
Yeah.
Truly blown.
And it is morons, though.
It is cool that. Again, like Bot 2 promised in a way where like, oh, you can get your ranking and you can level up, you become a scoundrel, whatever. Like you riding the ride both as Yoshi, riding Mario Kart, Bowser's Challenge, you like interact with your power band. Like you power up. The queue is full of like all of these like moments that you can use your power. It's just everywhere. Like the whole land is like alive. It's wild. It's wild. But you're together as a team, like Toads versus Mario versus the Yoshis versus the Diddy. And that's neat. That's neat. I think that's really cool. Now, where do you rank Yoshi Adventure out of 10?
Oh, boy. I would give it, it depends on, I think the Japan version's better just because our queue is bigger. Versus this one. This one's kind of small, oddly enough.
It is Nintendo People Mover is what I call it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it eats people like crazy. It's wild how efficient some of these attractions are at like consuming the crowds.
Were you guys Yoshi's Island players growing up?
Yeah, absolutely. It was very nostalgic going through the
love
queue.
Yoshi's Island. I saw a cloud. I saw one of the clouds with the question marks in the queue. And I so wanted to just fart an egg at it as I do in the game, man. I just so desperately wanted to stick my leg up.
You liberals and your egg farting.
I tell you what. That's us.
That was it. That was your hot thought. I'll tell you what.
Take.
That's me. I fart eggs. I don't know what you want me to say. I have no defense. Do you have the clip I sent you? Yeah. What out of 10?
Probably another 6.
Oh man, brutal.
Another 6.
Brutal.
It's way too short. I wish there was something like for the lead up to it is great. And then it's just really short, I found.
If they could expand this like Autopia to go into like to Donkey Country, like it and like add like an extra like 4 minutes or so, the capacity would be huge. It'd be massive how many people this ride could eat. But also well worth it. This is, again, not to keep beating the dead horse, but like Batu, this is what the idea of that giant creature that you would ride at Batu that got canceled, that third ride, was an elevated people mover that just let you see the work that they did scenically of the land. And it's awesome. But again, it is so short. But it's fun.
I do like the idea of people moving it. And having it like go through a section of Mario, like the Bowser's Challenge or something. Like I think it has indoor parts, right? Like kind of like tunnels.
Yep.
It's more. Is it more? It's not Circus McGurkus. What's the thing at Universal?
A train
at Islands of Adventure. Yeah, the Seuss train.
Yeah, the Seuss train.
It feels more like that, where there's like moments where you go through tunnels.
Yeah.
And you're sort of, okay. All right.
People Mover's the same way. But People Mover's the same way. You just don't have a roof on the Universal ones. That's all.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good point.
It's just an unroofed People Mover, which is a choice.
But we love when these things, we love when the People Mover passes by a window for a gift shop or goes through Space Mountain or what. Like the thing that's interesting about Yoshi is it's cute. It has like these little like pastiche moments, these little areas where they have things set up. But I do wish it doesn't necessarily interact with the land. It shows you the land, but I wish it was a little more intertwined, I guess. But that's just me.
I don't know. I would argue that it is kind of intertwined in that you get into the level aspect of the land. Sure. That, like, in a way that the other rides don't lean into, in terms of like the aesthetic of like the Nintendo gooning of it all, like the overstimulation.
Stop saying it.
Like, it's just like, it's that surrounding of that, like, of that visual aesthetic. This is like, it does that thing where it paints the picture and tells you where to look and gives you like, because a good chunk of the outdoor section of the ride is themed like the rest of the land. It's just close enough that you could like hop off and like grab a cucumber off the tree. You know what I mean? And like take it as a souvenir. So, I don't know. Do you have the clip of the accessibility vehicle? I think
It's cute.
that is canonically in the world of Mario, Yoshi eats things and poops them out as an egg, right? So
he lays an egg. I don't think pooping.
He poops an egg.
I don't think laying an egg is pooping.
He's pooping an egg. So canonically,
I believe they're different holes.
Canonically, in Epic Universe, if you're disabled, Yoshi will eat you, poop you out, in order to keep you safe. To ensure your safety, Yoshi will eat and poop you if you're disabled in Epic Universe.
And go into
buy your tickets now, baby. There's not a ticket. Are you kidding me? Yoshi's gonna eat you and poop you? Yeah, get your tickets now. Yeah. $179 is nothing to get pooped by a Yosh.
I think what would have maybe set this to maybe an 8 for me. So maybe let me explain really quick. I don't give anything 7. I think 7 is a cop-out when you're ranking things. Ooh. So it's either a 6 or an 8 or something else. 7 just means, like, to me, it's lazy. So to get it to an 8, I wish they would have maybe added more game. There's the game element, right, where you have to hit the Yoshi egg. I wish there was something else. I don't know what they would do exactly, but if you missed it, or maybe had more eggs, but if you missed it, then you are punished by the crying baby Mario to drive you nuts.
Yeah,
I think that would have been.
I love it, honestly. I mean, and I think that the game is also like begging for like some kind of like augmented reality overlay with your phone. Like open up the app and like you keep your screen open and you'll see just like the goggles, like a digital version of the land. Mm-hmm. There's QR code cherries all over the ride that you're scanning. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. There could be like another layer. 100%, Chris. I agree.
Couldn't Nintendo go to their warehouse and just like get all their Virtual Boys they didn't sell, and then they can give those out that you can
leave
wear?
Those Virtual Boys alone. Leave that Virtual Boy alone. I had one.
I had one.
You had a Virtual Boy?
Absolutely, man. I loved Mario Tennis on it. It was an experience. It's why millennials are gooning over pickleball.
Stop saying
Virtual
it.
Boy Mario Tennis is why we're all pickleballing. Just saying.
I would say, having a VR now myself, I do feel like I need to go back and check out the Virtual Boy and see what it offered back in the day.
Oh boy, well you're going to pay a lot to get one, about the same as a Quest.
The same now, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
I didn't get to ride it, but Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. Let's talk about it for a second. What is this? What are we ranking this one at?
I'm going to give this one a 9.
Ooh,
nice.
Whoa. I give this a 9.
You know what? It actually deserves it, in my opinion. It really deserves it because it is a nice layering of storytelling. What makes it a 9 for you? Tell me.
It's a good mixture of like storytelling, as you said. So there's a lot of elements within the queue and on the ride itself, and I think the whole disappearing track gimmick works.
Absolutely.
For the first couple of times you ride it, and then obviously you kind of
for sure.
Obviously you could see the trick, but
for sure,
there's a couple surprises on there that like it just tricks your brain for half a second. Like, oh, we should be going this way, but no, we're hopping off.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell my kids that like we're legitimately on a loose minecart because they'll believe me for a second because you're as a job as a dad is to lie to them and gaslight them into believing things. So this is, but it's also full of animatronics. I guess that's maybe the surprises you're talking about. Spoilers. It's full of animatronics.
Well, Cranky's in the queue, right?
Yeah.
Old Cranks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's kind of like has a similar sort of like novelty as Slinky Dog in a way. It's like, here's a coaster that's very novelized within the world. It's a roller coaster, but we figured out a way to make it silly and interesting in a new way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so the inclusion, like this like minecart lollipop roller coaster system is wild to me that works. It's crazy to me that works.
It seems really short. Does the ride feel really short?
It is. It's Goofy Barnstormer length, sort of.
Is it? Yeah.
It's shorter than Slinky Dog, that's for sure. It's not that big. It's like
Slinky Dog tricks you because you get to stop and restart. So you gain like 20
Trick
seconds
me, baby.
There. Yeah, I agree.
Catfish me into a long roller coaster ride.
Absolutely.
Oh no!
If I'm waiting an hour and a half,
right?
Like they definitely designed this as like a people eater attraction, just to keep
It does. It does. It's impressive.
That
it's
Omnimover,
impressive.
Similar to what is that? Hagrid's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's
Wow.
always the loading is always moving, so it's just like they're just getting people out like that.
Yeah.
I feel
So
like
it was quick.
I feel like Epic might be the first park that really concentrated on people eaters. Like truly, I mean, because it's also not a patchwork, but if you think about it, like that whole park seems to be just made of ways to get people on rides as soon as possible. The system's chosen, and we haven't talked about it. Maybe we have, depending on when this comes out, but Monsters Unchained has got this reputation now. Like there's a bunch of them that have this reputation of just like, yeah, it keeps moving, baby. Get on, jump on, because we're moving.
Yeah, it's like Spaceship Earth. It's like move it or lose it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dig it. I think that across the board, this land is integral in terms of like providing rides to Epic, where a lot of the other lands don't. Specifically, the other half of the lands, Isle of Berk and Nintendo, are where the rides are at in a big way, and they're all unique rides. There is nothing really like. Where like, you know, say Isle of Berk has some like stock attractions that were just reskinned. I guess
rides.
maybe a people mover is a stock attraction at this point. Who knows? But it's awesome. It's really cool. All the rides are phenomenal. I can't recommend them enough. They're an experience. I mean, doing Mario Kart is 100% worth it once. Like do it and make your own decision. Like it's definitely worth doing. It's like either you love it or don't like Toy Story Midway Mania. It's just that kind of thing. Do you like interactivity? Do you like working? Do you like playing Legend of Zelda on the Switch where you're holding the things and swiping to sword fight, or do you just want to press the button? I'm a press the button guy. I don't want to swing around in my living room like a lunatic, like I'm playing headset golf.
I was going to say, and the one thing to kind of get you to ride it more is the gamification that they did, because you can get the stamps for riding Mario Kart certain amount of times, certain time in the month, collecting so many coins, and there's like different achievements.
That's the Shark Week badge when you ride it for the certain time of the month, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's what you meant when you said that. So
exactly.
There is actually, there's an exclusive badge, like earning a coin within the first month of Epic opening. Is like a badge you can get, like that will go away forever. Wow. So it's kind of neat. I like. There are elements of the gamification that I don't mind, you know. And I honestly, I think it's coming for Harry Potter that there will be an app gamification as well, like with like the Patronus casting that's going to be happening at Diagon Alley and stuff. So like that even is going to track your house and your score and how well you do at the wand stuff. I like it. I like the gamification. I can welcome it. I welcome it.
Yeah.
All right. Toadstool Cafe. Toadstool Cafe. It's two toads. Toadstool Cafe.
Toadstool. Yeah.
Toadstool Cafe, to me, is everything that if they would have done with Pizza Rizzo, they wouldn't be building a monster. They wouldn't be building a Monsters Inc. land. If Pizza Rizzo was surrounded by digital walls of rats making pizza and like tripping over stuff and, you know, like screaming, you know, like Rizzo just screaming, you know, but we didn't have Rizzo because Steve Whitmire, you know, like with all that. So we couldn't do that for Pizza Rizzo. And it's like the biggest disservice that's ever happened to the brand, because this is magnificent. This is just so cool. Chris, what's the best thing on the menu here?
Which one?
Toads.
No, I'm like Japan.
They're different.
The food is different.
Okay. What is the same, I should ask, at you know, these Epic versus Japan?
The burgers, the Mario burgers, are pretty much the same.
A burger's a burger.
Yeah.
Not if you've had them in Japan. They're Japanese theme park burgers, pretty grody. Can be
that, and the caprese salad, the piranha plant one. That's the same, and the fire flower pasta is also the same. And I think the tiramisu as well.
Is it a reinvention of the menu because you've been to both of these parks because of just different cultural palettes? Like just we wouldn't the soups or whatever wouldn't service us that they do, or yada yada. Just is it just that kind of thing?
I think so. I think it's a lot of that. One interesting thing that's different is so there's the peach cake, right? Peach's birthday cake. So in Japan, it's a strawberry shortcake, and Hollywood they don't have it. They just have a cupcake. And then here in Orlando, they have the peach birthday cake, but it's like a vanilla cake. Like it's not strawberry shortcake. It's a vanilla cake with raspberries instead of strawberries on it. And it's very dense. It's a very dense cake compared to the one in Japan. The Japan one is very light and fluffy.
Ah, interesting.
So that was like the biggest difference.
When you
But
go
no matter
home,
where you go, Peach has got some cake, if you know what I'm saying.
oh my god. I can't say gooning, but you can say Peach's got some cake.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When you go back, Chris, we need to do one of those things like on the internet where it's like a UK and America McDonald's side by side, and we'll both go to Epic and order the things and sit down side by side, you know, and we'll FaceTime and eat them together and talk about
I don't think timing's going to work so hot on that one. Maybe.
We'll get it.
Maybe.
There's got to be at least 1 hour both parks are open at the same time.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Someone do the math.
I don't want to.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
No. I'll take care of it. I'll find it.
Okay, Yoshi Snack Island. Is that in Japan?
Yes, but it's different as well. The offerings are like thematically the same, but different. The food
Different
offerings
ingredients.
Different.
Okay, let's
Yes,
talk about
that's
it
the
because Yoshi's Snack Island makes me mad. Why? And also the bubbly barrel. We could talk about them both at the same time. Why on God's green earth are we in 2025, 2026, whatever year it is?
2027.
Why are we still using whole dairy milk in theme park smoothies with the aggressive bubble gut and bad like belly culture that all of us Americans have? We all are pooping ourselves when we eat too much dairy, and yet like all they can do is serve us dairy. Batu, what it did get right was make its weird goo out of like nut milk, you know? It's like it's got nut goo.
You don't got to call it nut milk, man. There's so many things you could do.
It's what it is. It's nut milk. It's nut milk. It's nut milk and oat milk.
That's true.
And bubbly barrel made with dairy, Yoshi Snack Island all made with dairy. I had to do a hard pass. There's just no way I'm going to spend the rest of my day. Like the only reason I'm fitting on these rides is because I'm not bloated. You know what I mean? Like I do an anti-inflammation regimen before I travel, just to like, you know, make sure I'm thin. You know what I mean, baby? And so I can't be drinking a full dairy Yoshi's bubbly green spit juice. Like, no, thanks. I can't do it. But what is the difference? Have you tried both? Tried a little from either?
Yes, I tried all of the items from both because it's easier than eating the whole menu at Toadstool Cafe. Have you done this? Have you eaten the whole menu in one setting? I tried. It didn't work out for me. The calzone, I guess the calzone is like the little green shell or the red shell in this case, and it comes in the cute little like Yoshi wrapping. And here at Epic Universe, it's pizza flavor or pizza filled, so it's like a pizza pocket, pizza pop, whatever you want to call it, which is actually really good. I really liked it. Then they have a vegan version that comes in a green shell, which I think is fun. Over in Japan, we just have the one version, and it's yakisoba, which is fried noodles and cheese. So it has like a tangy sauce to it.
Ooh,
and yakisoba is kind of it's something that people eat growing up, and it's kind of like a staple food. So it makes sense why they have it in Japan.
Right.
For me personally, I prefer the one in Orlando just because pizza, obviously as a child, I grew up with that. So I kind of lean towards that.
Well, there you go. It is that like cultural kind of like swap.
Yeah.
Although personally, I would prefer they had, what is it called? Yakisoba?
Yakisoba.
Give me yakisoba. Let me eat like the children of Japan. I don't need another freaking pizza, especially with Pizza Moon out front. And by the way, that is a Mario level, by the way, Pizza Moon. I'm pretty sure that's a level in one of the games, fighting a Pizza Moon or something.
Pizza Moon better be careful because it's going to turn into Mario Odyssey in like 2 minutes if it's not careful. So it's
I mean,
sure
close.
They could do that.
I mean, Nintendo wouldn't let that happen, but
No.
We gotta have some place for people to get
pizza.
Celestial Spritz. All right, people need a restaurant to sit and get the exclusive Cope flavor.
Do you not have one? Do they not have one in Nintendo Land?
No way, man. They have their own novelty beverages. So my fun is different. My fun and tell is different in this episode. Not a novelty beverage because I didn't drink any of them because they're all full of cow milk boob juice.
Can't have
Thick,
that. You'd
frothy cow boob juice.
You're much happier gooning over that nut milk. I know.
Nut milk. Yeah, baby. All day, every day, drinking nut milk. Clip that. The bubbly barrel is this in Japan, right? This is Japan.
Yeah.
It's not called the bubbly barrel, though.
Oh, what is it called?
I can't remember now.
Chris,
but we have
Chris, you wrote a book on it.
You wrote the freaking book.
It's weird though. So Donkey Kong Country in Japan, we have 3 snack stands in Donkey Kong Country. There's 3. 3. No, 2. But there's 3 food items. That's what it is. 3 food items, 2 snack stands. So we got at our version of the bubbly barrel, whatever, I can't remember what it's called. We got 2 drinks that we get to choose from, 2 types of drinks. And then there's another snack stand that is beside the Donkey Kong greeting. And it serves a hot dog that looks like the minecart vehicle. And it has avocado sauce on it and cheese and nachos. I love that. And yeah, it's really good.
I'll be honest with you. I was astonished that I couldn't get a frozen banana in this land.
That is astonishing.
It's just like, I mean, like, smack me across the face with a brick, guys. Come on. Frozen bananas are a staple of being hot and steamy. I need to goon over my hot, phallic frozen banana.
This whole episode is going to get.
Listen, we're not sponsored by Nintendo. I don't know what to tell you.
Not sponsored by anything. I'm looking for the Jungle Beat Shakes is what I have here.
Jungle Beat Shakes.
That's a much better name.
That's better than the bubbly barrel.
No, you know what though? Diet culture changed that in America. No way. What is it called?
Jungle Beat Shakes.
Jungle Beat Shakes it has diet culture vibes written all over it. Like that's what you.
Well, it's not a beat shake. It's not BE.
I know, but beat shake, like dance like a Zumba shake, like get your exercise shake.
I bet you dollars to donuts. Somebody owns the copyright to Jungle Beat Shakes as a brand in America.
That's actually okay. It's one of the two, but I'm leaning on diet culture, but I will acquiesce to possible licensing issues.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Nintendo characters. It's how I failed. Check out my video on all 31 epic characters out now on my YouTube channel. It's doing okay. More people could be watching it. Why aren't you guys watching it?
If they're here, Dan, if they're here, they've watched it.
Chris knows what I'm talking about. It's a 7 out of 10 right now, Chris. You know what I mean?
Gotta be
my Nintendo video's a 9 out of 10 currently, and I'm disappointed.
Ooh, that's what I'm saying, guys. Everyone. Epic oversaturation. No one cares. Yeah. Tell a unique story or don't tell one at all. Anyway, talking about tell a unique story, Mario and Luigi. Anything you want to do it?
What am I doing?
Your Luigi impression.
Oh, wait, that was more. I don't know.
That sounds like your Nintendo gooning.
Hold on, let me try that again.
Oh my God, we have a guest, Nathan. Please don't goon in front of Chris.
They make me laugh.
Joseph and Mary. Wait, the rest of the podcast doesn't make you laugh? Only that made you laugh?
Yeah, to be honest,
weird that you had to say out loud. Feels weird that you had to say out loud, that made me laugh. That hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings a little
Mario.
bit. What is your let's just talk about all of them. Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Chris, rank them. What is your S-Class Nintendo meet and greet? And then let's go down from there.
Toad.
Absolutely. Toad is out of this world, one of the most novel characters. If he could interact and talk like Push, the talking trash can, we would be selling out Epic daily if you could interact with a Toad that's screaming all the time.
That's all I want.
You know what I mean? Like, Brenda!
Thank you!
Yeah, it's like, welcome to Epic! It's so great for you to be here!
They should do the thing that they do with E.T., where they make it say your name.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, friend.
Who just told us the longest name you can say on ET?
I don't remember
like
the
Xerxes.
name.
Xerxes.
No, it was a W name. It was a Japanese name, I believe so. But
like Kobayashi Maru. It's something like that.
Yeah, it was the Star Trek. It was the Star Trek training module, Kobayashi Maru.
Okay, what?
Kobayashi Maru.
Apologies to if anyone's listening to this in public on speaker, but that's your own fault. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm not really
yeah.
that sorry actually, because I really enjoyed doing Toad there. It was fun.
Yeah, he's the best. How many times have you met him? And is it different? Where does he meet? And he meets in a different spot in all three parks, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure about Hollywood, but Japan, he kind of changes with the sun. I think he moves around.
Like a real plant. Like an actual piece of horticulture. Toad moves with the sun.
I think it's just so he's not in the sun, direct sunlight.
That makes sense.
Too hot.
He's a diva.
It's insane to me that with Epic Universe of all places, the Toadstool Cafe doesn't have like a branch off like Fantasyland has in Magic Kingdom, where you can go into like a little Toad cavern, or like how you used to be able to meet Tinkerbell or
Captain
Mickey Mouse
Toad?
in Town
Meet
Square.
Captain Toad in a cave?
Yeah, Captain Toad in a cave? Are you kidding me? I would pay buckets for that.
Full Captain Toad outfit? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yellow Shoes, call us. All right, what's your A level meet and greet here?
Princess Peach.
Let's talk about this. Why?
Because it's Princess Peach.
Here's the thing. I'm going to bring Peach up here.
I love Peach.
This outfit don't do it for me. This whole bit doesn't do it for me. The arms look too small for the head.
It's better than the Mario movie Peach that we got, where like it's girl boss Peach.
Oh yeah,
this is still at least
it's not the outfit. It's just her. She doesn't look proportionally correct for me for some reason. Something's wrong.
Oh no, that's fine. She's always been weird. You're used to playing Mario and Luigi. Like you just don't play Peach enough. She's fine. She's fine. She's proportioned fine. Actually, they're all proportioned really well.
No, they're good.
All things considered.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, that wig. Like, come on.
That wig.
Props to the wig on that thing.
It's like a drag queen's wig. I mean, this is drag, if you ask me. Like, this is drag top to bottom. And the fact that they're animatronic heads is really cool. You know, I think it's really neat. It's a little insane that you can, like, watch Gary hold his iPad right next to her and hit the buttons. You know, I mean, am I talking to you, Gary, or am I talking to Peach? What's going on? Could you at least stand behind a bush?
We do need Toad to be Peach's hype man. I think that's the key if we're going to voice Toad. I think he's got to be either be like, yes, queen!
Yeah, Toad.
Yes, slay!
Well, what I noticed about the left side of Epic is that it's the same story told twice. A crazy lunatic woman living alone in her castle with her short sidekick. Creating life and wreaking havoc. You know what I mean? Victoria Frankenstein and Peach and Igor and Toad, they are the same. Igor and Toad are the same.
If I could get an Igor Toad together, like, picture. Oh.
Yeah, Igor and Toad with their ladies. You know what I mean?
With their ladies.
Someone needs a back tattoo of that. Stat! You say you're an Epic fan? Where's your Igor Toad back tattoo? Yeah. So what's another clip? Clip that.
So good. Quality content.
Yeah, we're gonna post a lot of clips from this.
Let's talk Donkey Kong. I know you've done a big video about this boy.
Yeah.
This is new Switch 2 Donkey Kong. Is what I've determined for sure.
Chris, talk to me about Donkey Kong. What do you think about him?
I love him.
He is my special baby.
And with that,
I think
groundbreaking piece of information.
Can you actually, Nathan, while Chris is talking, can you pull up the Donkey Kong from the new Mario Kart trailer, like the new Donkey Kong?
Oh, sure.
And pull up a picture, because I want to put them side by side. Chris, what do you think about DK?
Okay, for some reason I completely forgot about him, which maybe says a lot. I was just thinking like Mario characters, not Donkey Kong. I would put Donkey Kong above Princess Peach. So it'd be Toad and then Donkey Kong. That's how I would put it.
Okay.
I didn't get to see it properly here in Orlando, but in Japan, he does like a whole bit when he comes out, and he gets audience participation, which I think is really cute. I don't know if he does it here or not. I have to go and check. But he comes out, and there's like the team members give instructions saying when Donkey Kong pounds the ground on the left side, everyone saying on the left has to jump up and scream. Then he's going to go in the middle, do the same thing. Everyone in the middle jumps up.
They are not doing that here.
Okay, they definitely do that when he comes out. He does that for like a good minute, and everyone like jumps up and everything, and
that's fun. That's really
it's a lot
fun.
of fun. It's fun.
I have a great history of the Donkey Kong costume, so make sure you guys check it out. It's a wild one. He has a wild history. Now there's controversy. There's some hot tea. Not really, but I love the operations of theme parks, and so and if you listen to this, you probably do as well. And I made a video about it, and I've learned more about it as it's kind of like come forward. But Donkey Kong in Japan is very different than Donkey Kong here in America. And it kind of got caught in this weird, like, Donkey Kong rebrand. Like, the character got changed between, because remember, it's been open and in development for a long time in Japan versus pivot over to America where it's like happening very quickly. And Donkey Kong has changed between like the two versions. And so Nintendo and Universal scrambled last minute, and what looks like to me completely rebuilt the costume using potentially pieces of the old costume or the pattern from the old costume, but the costume's been completely rebuilt. It's a new build, and with a new head that is more aligned with the new Donkey Kong that's going to be coming out versus the traditional Donkey Kong that we had before, which was a grumpy Donkey Kong. This is going to be a new cheeky Donkey Kong, mischievous.
Monkey.
He's a cheeky monkey. Exactly. Yeah.
So here's the Japanese Donkey Kong for those who don't remember. Let me bring this up real quick. Who's still hanging out here? A couple things about him. He thick. He got big shoulders. He looked like he could have eaten Miyamoto. Like just clump. When they were next to each other. And then compared that to our version here. So you can see we have the chiller, like post winter therapy Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Which 100%. Does, as you said, match the Switch 2's more cheeky monkey new game that he's doing.
Yeah. So it is this new sort of DK vibe. And if we had waited another couple of months and these lands had opened together, the head sculpts would be identical. But Donkey Kong got launched with his unique build for the Japanese land, and then I don't think that they were planning for Switch 2 to get announced halfway through. Like those two things didn't align. Like, there was no like discussion there when you're building a theme park. It just those two things just happened, and we had to rebuild them.
Dan, what's going on with his gut though in this photo?
Well, that's the thing, and it's the structure of the body was rebuilt in a way that you can see it's a completely different texture of fur. The hair is styled differently, totally. And it's all matted and styled like. It
looks like he took a hair dryer to it,
right? And it's the gut. The center of the body, the torso of the body, doesn't have a ton of padding, and if you put someone. I'm sure this costume is approved for people who are like 5'11" to 6'4". And if you put someone who's 5'11" in this costume, it's going to collapse in on itself more than it would if you have someone on the higher end of the costume height requirement. So that's what this feels like to me, is that just like the body's just not filled out enough inside with padding to keep that belly taut, like a big old daddy gorilla belly would be, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Chris, how do you feel about daddy gorilla bellies? Where are you on that? If you could rank them out of 10.
11. I'm all about that.
Welcome back to my new YouTube channel, Daddy Belly Explorer, Chris.
Hey, hey, if you want to actually make money, Dan. Yeah,
sure. Coming soon. Only Dan's. Coming
only
soon.
Dan's.
We talked about the power band activities on the already, but I would like to throw out there that there is there is kind of exclusivity to Japan and and Epic in that they both are the only places with Donkey Country. Hollywood doesn't. Yeah. So Hollywood doesn't have Donkey Kong merch, including they still have the Yoshi band in Hollywood, but they don't have Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong's band in Hollywood, but they do have them in Epic and Japan. So there's that exclusivity. And I'm honestly here for Donkey Kong being unique and special for America and having its own fit. I would guarantee that when Switch 2 drops with the new, when Donkey Kong gets its own game, I bet we see 2 new Donkey Kongs for both parks. I bet he's just completely rebuilt.
Well, we're getting that. I mean, I think he matches the new game already.
Sort of, but his teeth are all like he needs that big rim of teeth. You know what I mean? Like we have Genie. You know, like he'll have that. He'll have that cheeky smile. Like they've done it.
The deeper, darker black eye line. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
What is
merch? I was going to say, I wonder if they're going to do the same thing. So you remember when the new Mickey Mini heads came out in Shanghai?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When that happened, it kind of changed across all the parks all at once. I wonder if that's going to happen.
They soft launched them for that opening, and then because they were media they got media approved, and then they got rolled out where their media was, and then it was just a slow rollout from there. So yeah, it could be for sure.
Is this a smaller Donkey Kong as well? Like in general,
he looks smaller, but also Japanese people are smaller than Americans. So him standing next to
is Japanese
Miyamoto?
Is Japanese Donkey Kong two Japanese people on top of each other inside the costume?
Jesus, oh my! God.
It's not. I'm not being racist or anything. I'm just asking, like, you know, trench coat style.
Definitely not.
I'm just checking.
You egg pooping liberals. What's the best merch in America? Because I know it's probably different. What merch is different? Because and like what have they done right with America merch versus Japan merch?
More T-shirts that just have like logos on it. Because I know a lot of Westerners love that kind of stuff, and for me too, like I'm kind of privy to some of that. So there's a lot more like logo centric merchandise, specifically T-shirts, which I really like. Whereas Japan, they have some of that, but that's not the emphasis because people don't care for that all that much. They want something cute. They want something they can accessorize with, something they can maybe wear outside of a theme park if they choose to. Whereas, logo stuff is just kind of, I don't want to say cheap. It's not that it looks cheap. I'm not sure how to describe it. Specific, I guess. It's very specific.
Yeah,
I guess.
Sure.
Yeah,
no, that's fine. That's a good way to describe it. Does Japan have that line of like the neon shirts of all the characters and stuff?
No, they do not, because typically, though, don't quote me on this, but I've asked some of my Japanese friends, like, when they see stuff that has Japanese written on it, they're just kind of like,
Sure.
Like, we don't want that. Like, it's not cool, you know?
Yeah.
Something with, like, Roman characters is more cool than something that's like, oh, it's just a T-shirt
That
with
makes
text on
total
it.
sense. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel, and maybe it's the same in Japan, but one of my biggest icks that I got from Epic over everything, and I don't think I gave Nathan a picture, but in Nintendo gift shop particularly, they're selling like Five Below candies, like the Five Below tins of mints that you can get of like the power-up blocks and the Mario mushrooms and the Zelda shields that have like garbage sugar just inside them. You know, and you compare that to something like they did with like Harry Potter, where the land is full of like its own white labeled branding for all kinds of otherwise pretty generic treats. I feels like this is they cheaped it out the most on merch, or were contractually obligated to just honor licensing deals for like, oh, you want to make a candy bar? This guy has the exclusivity to make candy with Nintendo on it. You can't do a Mario bar, but you can carry his mints. It just feels. Is that how it is in Japan? Do they have that Five Below stuff? Like those little tin mints, like the Miniso kind of garbage stuff?
No, we don't have that. It's more, I guess I kind of have to explain a little bit. So there's in Japan, there's a thing called omiyage. And omiyage, if you translate it literally, it means souvenir. But omiyage is kind of like, it's gift giving. Mm-hmm. So it's like when someone goes to buy something for people back home, like your classmates, co-workers, family, whatever, you buy omiyage. But in this case, it's usually food specific omiyage. So they really cater to this everywhere. Like no matter where you go in Japan, like theme parks, where like tourist attractions, whatever, they'll have omiyage of some sort, and it's almost always in food form. So it lends itself to some really unique stuff at Super Nintendo World, where you can buy a babam, like a plastic babam. If you open it up, there's chocolates inside, and they're all individually wrapped, and you can give it out as gifts. But then you have like this cute little bomb that you get to keep, or you can buy a tire.
Demonetized, by the way. The podcast has just been demonetized. Can't believe you just talked about that.
A babam. Babam.
Stop saying it.
Here's how you make a babam.
We're here gooning over bombs. And then, or you can buy like a tire that is themed to Mario Kart, and like the rim pops off, and there's candies inside.
Yeah.
Again, individually wrapped and stuff. And then there's other stuff that maybe comes in like different cardboard boxes that are like shaped like buildings in the land, and it's like rice crackers or potato chips and things like that. So it's not just like it's candy, but it's not just like these cheap little tins or anything. It's stuff that has a lot of thought put into it because there's like a cultural significance behind it. Because you're not gonna, like, I guess for us here, we're not gonna, usually if we're buying a souvenir for someone, we're not gonna go to the gas station and buy them a pack of mints and be like, here you go. That's a little insulting. So
Yeah.
I'd just be
So
happy if
over
anyone
in
bought me a
Japan-
pack of mints. Like,
You stink. Please take these mints.
No,
You
just
stinky
nice.
stink.
whatever if anybody wants to give me some juicy fruit, from a 7-Eleven, that's fine.
Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, I did.
Nope,
I
that's
did
your
a
point.
video like 2 or 3 years ago on it. I showed all the different, like, I call them snacks for SEO purposes, because if I say omiyage, 99% of people are not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. But
Well, hey man, I would recommend you doing a video that's called "What Is Omeyage" or whatever it's called, and then in parentheses, gift snacks, Japanese gift snacks, because that people would inform people, man.
Yeah.
Inform you have
And-
that. That's one of those things. That's the thing about your content that I really appreciate, and you should lean even harder into with something like this. Is like, tell me why the theme park works differently operationally because of cultural differences. That's cool to me, because Americans can't wrap, because we don't have, like, when we see something done differently as like the general populace of America, we like get confused because we're so narcissistic
We shoot it with a
about
gun.
like our own, like, oh no, this is our way because our way's the right way. Like, we're like never do wrongs about like how media is consumed and like how we do
Right.
things with media. And so that kind of stuff is so cool. Like it's like pachinko or whatever, like those little balls. Whatever.
What'd you
Is that
call
what
it?
it's called? Pachinko. Like, that's not here. We don't do that here, but they do, and they love it.
Bowling.
So-
Yeah.
little balls, yes.
Yeah.
So make it, man. Coming soon to the channel.
I what's interesting, and Chris, you bring up those, because it's true. It's a footprint thing. Like, if you go to Disney Sea, a portion of the gift shop is omiyage. Like it takes up a section. As if you think of like clothing or toys here, there's just a section of tins specifically for that purpose.
Well, even in the Japanese pavilion of Epcot, a chunk of the store is food. Like a good chunk of the store is food. I mean,
yeah,
to
but
say
they're not in the omiyage.
I know that they're
style,
not
yeah.
like in that style, but just to say that, like, the idea of food,
Sure.
that cultural food giving kind of thing. Because what does Britain have? Like tea? Come buy some tea bags, whatever. Epcot, Japanese pavilion,
shit
like,
on tea.
delivers.
Tea's
I'm
fine.
gonna shit on tea. I'm gonna shit
I
on
love
tea.
tea.
We threw it off the boats. It's been a problem ever since. Ever since we
Yeah,
made
we
the
should-
ocean a cup
we
of
should have
tea,
done that.
it's always been a problem for me.
Yeah.
So
I think another thing with the omiyage is I think another reason why it's so popular is because it's inexpensive. Even at the theme parks in Japan, it's inexpensive. Whereas, if you're buying a keychain for someone, you're probably paying like $15 US, or whatever the price is.
oh, that's interesting.
But you can buy, like, a good example is, like, for me, I love marshmallows, so I can buy a little bag of Mickey Mouse themed marshmallows that has 20 or 30 in there, and it's going to cost me 900 yen, which is about $7 US, and that is good for like all my coworkers at work.
Individually wrapped, correct?
Yeah,
Like,
individually wrapped. Plastic waste aside, that's a whole other conversation. But it's really accessible in terms of pricing. So a lot of people kind of hover towards buying these consumables more than like all the other stuff, because it's cheaper. So like a lot of students will buy it, and of course, like, if you're buying for your classmates and your family and stuff, like, you're not going to buy 15, 20 keychains. That's a lot to ask. Whereas, like, spending $10 is really not a big ask. So again, it kind of goes back to that cultural thing.
That's fascinating. And it's also like, here's like, you bring people a snow globe home or like a little bottle of sand or whatever, and it's like, here's some sand from the beach, or here's some juice from the land I was at. But this is interesting because like here's like a little treat from where I went. It's like reverse trick or treating. I went trick or treating for you, and I got you a treat that I thought, because I was thinking about you, and so now you suck on this treat and think about my fun.
And the nice thing is you're expected to dispose of it. So in that sense, there's not like when you get a gift from a friend when they're on vacation, and then every time they come over, you're like, did I put that on the shelf? Like, what do I do with this? So they see it.
Straight
right?
in the trash.
It's gone. Like the idea of omiyage is great because it's like I gave them a thing for them to eat, and then there's no responsibility on their end to like maintain this souvenir in their house, which is pretty handy. Do you want to talk about the stained glass?
Yeah, I love this. Is the stained glass in Japan that they have here at the store? Because
No,
the
that is
stained glass
completely unique to
Epic
to
Universe has got these beautiful character stained glass. It's the only place you're going to see Zelda characters in the land so far. #rumors, but it's the stunning, like there's the finale of Happily Ever After. The fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom turns the entire castle of the Magic Kingdom into a piece of stained glass, and it's one of my favorite pieces of art. It will eventually become a piece of lost media because no one has like a rip of like this beautiful stained glass art that's projected on a castle. I would give anything to have that as like a piece of art because it's stunning. And this is like a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
These windows are something else.
And where is this store exactly, Dan? This is
Just
the one
to
that's...
it's the at the exit of the land, because there's like a first floor exit that kind of dumps out, and this is in Celestial Park. So there's sort of like a celestial theme to this. There's a Mario constellation at the top.
I mean, you don't put Zelda in a stained glass window.
You don't commission a stained glass. Well, yeah. If it's not going to be a character in the park, this is legacy. This is evergreen. This is staying forever. They're never moving this. So.
I would die if they got the actors that played Peter Pan to play Link. They just kind of get them and have Peter Pan as
Listen,
Peter Pan.
Chris, you're gonna have to choose a lane. Link. You're gonna have to either like little Link Peter Pan twinks or big gorilla daddy bears. Where are we? We have to pick a lane, Chris. Man. Pick a lane, Chris. Pick a lane. All right.
Okay, fine. I will stick with the gorillas. But my point still stands. I think like if they had a walk around Link and Zelda character,
Link and Zelda
I think,
would be
that would I would die. Literally.
Yeah.
And like I just
doesn't talk.
Yeah, Link doesn't talk. He just goes, "Heh, huh, heh, huh."
And what I want from it more than anything is just like a temple run haunted mansion omni-mover crawler. Just take me through a dark temple full of like bad guys and things that pop up and glow. Yep. That's all I care. Just show me glowing rupees. Just give me a haunted mansion Link. That's all I want.
Give me drone dragon, butt dragon from Zelda. That's what I want.
Spoilers. Don't talk too much about that dragon.
What? I'm not talking about that. You not played the game? You're not all up to date?
I played the game, baby. I know.
Okay.
I know.
I'm
what
not
the
saying
dragon
jump
is.
on the dragon. I'm just saying.
I know what the dragon is.
Don't kill the dragon.
I don't tell people to jump on the dragon either. Spoilers, man.
Dragon. I'm just saying, jump on the dragon. There's also, I'm trying to think of the other Zelda characters that would be great meet and greet characters. Who's the Prince Bird guy? I'm trying to remember his name.
They're different every freaking.
No, but the last two are like the new big canon.
It would just be Ganondorf,
Ritto,
Zelda.
RITO.
It would just be Ganon, Zelda, and Link as meet and greets. Let's be real.
I don't want to meet
Ganon's
Ganon.
like Dr.
No one wants to meet Ganon.
A lot of people want to meet Ganon.
Well,
one
might say people who like to meet DK would like to meet Ganon, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like, Ganon is the Gaston
I guarantee you what they're going to do, when or if or #rumor, the Zelda stuff happens, guarantee you there's going to be a power band and you have to collect Korok seeds, and I'm going to scream.
Oh, not Korok seeds.
Because that's the bane of my existence. But
wait a minute.
I'll do it. I will do it because as a gamer, I have to finish these things. Even if I hate it, I will finish it.
No.
I have to finish it.
Who's the main Korok guy with the maracas? Hetsu.
Oh.
I need to do a little Hetsu dance meet and greet. We need to dance with Hetsu with his maracas. Very important.
I think Dan's checked out.
I just had a quick stupid emergency message.
Oh no,
kids, man, it never ends.
Yeah.
Hey, at the end of every episode, we do a little thing called Fun and Tell, We talk about fun things that are happening. And for me, it's a celebration because we didn't have an exclusive Epic Coke flavor in Nintendo. So instead, I'm celebrating on just fitting on all of the attractions. All 3 of the attractions are accessible for a big old Viking-sized gentleman like myself. So breathe deep. I certain I was not going to fit on Minecart. I was certain. There's just no way. And I sat down and I got the green light like instantly. I was like, what? So it's joy. Go visit the park. It is more inclusive than most of the other Universal adventures they've been doing lately, from Velocicoaster through, Hagrid's and even Forbidden Journey. This is some of the most inclusive rides they've ever built, and I really, really dig it. So for me, my fun was just fitting on the rides, baby. What are you doing for fun, Nathan?
I'll tell you what I'm doing for fun. I'm listening to John Tesh live at Red Rocks, which is
man, what's that?
So damn good. John Tesh, of course, who was a host of Entertainment Tonight in the 90s and basically wanted to be like, he was a good keyboardist and wrote music, and he wanted to do musical stuff, and he was composing some songs for NBC and some other sports events, and like kind of new agey prog rock stuff. And they were like, that's cool, but he couldn't get a label. So he spent his own money, over $1 million, because he worked for Entertainment Tonight and had the money. But he mortgaged his house so he could do a concert at Red Rocks, which is this like open air theater. I can't remember exactly the state, maybe Arizona, but the rock, they're literal actual rocks. It's like kind of carved into the land. And other people had done concerts there, and he thought this would be really cool. So he spent his money and recorded it just because he really wanted to like he thought maybe this would be a way to get his name out there. And he had enough of a following from his TV show programs and stuff for people to show up. And it was, he sold it to Maryland Public Television, and it ended up, John Tesh Live at Red Rocks ended up like making more money for PBS in the next 2 years than like any other program they'd ever commissioned or bought. Like, it just made tons of money because it's this prog rock, new agey keyboard, sexy saxophone,
very
like,
NPR baby
concert, and it sounds, it kicks ass. It's so good, and it's very available. You can watch the actual video like concert on John Tesh's YouTube page if you want, or you can listen to it on Spotify. It rains like in song 4 or 5, and like you think it's going to end. Like, he thought, well, crap, I spent $1 million on this and it's over. But the rain finally stopped, and people told him to keep moving and keep going, and like they never stopped the show. And it's just kind of like, it's a fun, rad like story. And the music is like super Epcot-y and good. Because for those who don't know, one of the songs from Live at Red Rocks, in fact, the first song, which is called, my brain is freezing.
Experimental Prototype.
I'm trying, open world, open air. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. Anyway, Day One. It's called Day One. Day One by John Tesh is one of the songs that used to play at the Fountain of Nations, for their fountain shows. So you immediately go, oh yeah, I know this. Like, it just really gets you in. So John Tesh Live at Red Rocks, because I am a dad from the 90s, apparently.
Wow. John Tesh. Well, Chris, what are you doing? And does it involve John Tesh?
It should.
Unfortunately, no. I guess kind of keeping on the whole gaming theme, since flying from Tokyo to Orlando is a very long flight. And I'm not really good at sleeping on flights to begin with, so I game. I tend to game on flights. So I'm playing a game called Claire Obscura Expedition 33 on my Steam Deck. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Sounds very familiar. Yeah, actually.
It's a game that just came out last month or something. It's a JRPG inspired game made by a French game developers that are like a small team of developers, and it's a really beautiful and really wonderful RPG if you're into that. The whole premise of it is there's this being that every year chooses, I think it's a random age, and everyone of that age basically just disappears. Like they're gone. Like they die basically. Almost like Thanos kind of snapping. They just disappear.
Whoa.
And Expedition 33 is these group of people that are 33 years old because they found out the next one is going to be 33. So they're going on this last expedition to try and defeat this being so they don't disappear. And that's kind of what you're playing.
Neat.
So
mysterious.
It's a really neat premise, and I'm really enjoying it. And I highly recommend it if you're into RPGs. It's a hefty game. It's not for the faint of heart.
Final Fantasy dense.
Yeah, it's kind of that level.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Wonderful.
I just looked it up. It looks beautiful.
It is.
That's awesome. Hey, video games are always welcome here on Fun and Tell. I am very deep into a Balatro addiction, so
baby, I beat it once and I said that's it. Now I'm putting it away. No more Balatro.
You beat like all. What do you mean you beat it once?
I mean, I did it. I don't know. I got
the
through
whole
all
idea of
levels.
roguelikes is like for you to just.
I got through all of the. You run through the tiers or whatever.
Oh, you got a chip on each card. You're saying.
Yeah, I did the whole bit. Yeah, and then I was like, I'm good. I can't do this.
Yeah, well, anymore. I beat Luck Be a Landlord, so I need something new to.
I mean, Balatro, that'll take your time for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Tell me about it. But it's bizarrely making me more productive. Like I don't know, it's keeping like my brain like thinking more. And
are you treating it as like a treat? If I finish this, I get to play a little Balatro.
Of course, I love treats. Yeah, I love treats. Well, Chris, where can everyone find you over there on YouTube or across all the holy social medias?
If you just go into Google, you can just type in TDR Explorer and I'm going to pop up everywhere. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on, where else am I? I don't know, Blue Sky, I guess. I'm on Threads. I'm everywhere. You cannot escape me.
No, you're everywhere. And you're a phenomenal resource.
Angel Fire.
Yeah.
Zanga.
GeoCities, MySpace.
Yeah.
Zanga, jeez. And you're a wealth of knowledge for people who are planning on traveling and enjoying any of those, like Japanese parks, because you have really done it all. It's wild. You've covered it all and you've documented it all extensively. You're a resource I go to regularly when I need a clip of some stupid thing from Japan. I'm always like, well, Chris has got it, I'm sure. So it's really, really great. I really appreciate it, man. You're doing amazing work. You're doing the Lord's work.
Well, thank you.
Documenting all of this. The amount of like whatever, I don't, like whatever in 20 years YouTube's going to be called, like boob tube or whatever for, Gen P or whatever, just what the future, they're going to be using our footage for their theme park documentaries. It's going to be wild,
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that.
Junior out there.
Yep. Defunctland in space. So well, cool. Podcast is over now.
How do you end a video game based episode? Is it
just game over? Game over. You're dead. No continue.
This has been a production of 710 Media.